I wouldn't be stupid enough to try and blame somebody else. It's my fault. I'm controlling my own body. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fell and slipped on this D. So
I guess what they call it now, the shade, the shade,
the
or
shade,
the shade of
the
it all
shade.
is.
Second of all, it is always somebody else's fault when they cheat. Okay, it is always. Okay, I don't care what anybody else says.
The human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While the typical man is a simple creature, there exists a subgroup, the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex, allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Last of the Nice Guys. I'm going to introduce you guys myself, so don't even say your names. Just shut the fuck up. I am Joe, and with me are Manny and Jason. And today's wonderful topic is how cheaters and liars react to being called out. Jay, take it away.
That was a really, really good intro.
Am I getting better or what? Am I getting better or what? Come on.
This episode 60, and he's just now
65.
65, and he's doing it right.
This is the best, most eloquent intro he's ever done in 65 episodes. 65 episodes, not bad. So yes,
we're gonna change the topic to how we're just gonna shit all over Joey and his
intros, which I'm pretty sure is what people listen to. They love it. They probably tune out right after his intro. So yes, this article comes from Yahoo.com. Yahoo.com says lifestyle. People are sharing how cheaters and liars react to being called out, and it's accurate. So, last episode was kind of heavy, last couple of them. So, you know how we do. A couple of heavy episodes and then a joking episode. So this is going to be a jokey joke episode. So enjoy. So I'm going to read it to you guys, and you guys will react to it, and we'll go from there. Number one, they blame someone else.
Typical shit. Such typical nonsense.
They blame someone else. I assume by blame someone else, they take the onus off of them and say it's your fault that I cheated, or it's her fault. She pursued me and I tried to hold back. I find it to be, I'm not like I said, I've only cheated one time, and it was a revenge cheat, and it was really childish. But even then, I owned up to it and told my high school girlfriend, hey, I did this because I thought you did this. I'm an idiot. And then, the relationship ended. So if God forbid I ever ended up cheating again, I wouldn't be stupid enough to try and blame somebody else. It's my fault. I'm controlling my own body. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fell and slipped on this D. So, gentlemen.
That's a very childish way to get, like pretty much being called out. I've actually heard that before from a friend, and it was like one of the most guiltiest answers I've ever heard in my life. When the I guess what they call it now, the shade, the shade, the shade of it all is what the gay community says. Which, by the way, we love the gay community. Let's just point that out there. We do, but I do. Yeah, for someone to blame you for something that either you didn't do in regards to cheating, or maybe let's just say you did, and you yourself did dirt, but you just don't want to talk about your dirt.
Exactly. But can we agree that by
Hilarious.
blaming somebody else or blaming the person that got cheated on is kind of like a form of gaslighting?
Oh, it
Could,
is.
could we say okay?
100%, 110%. I think that's ultimately what I think it is in a nutshell is gaslighting.
Because I know that when Manny cheated, he basically blamed somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And he totally felt that his conviction was real, that it was their fault when he cheated. Threesome or not, he was not feeling. He said to the individual that he was not feeling sexually gratified enough, and so he decided to cheat, but that he did it for them to save the relationship. So
you're forgetting to save their feelings.
oh look, he's actually listening. I what are you doing? I just figured you weren't paying attention because you're looking down and dicking around your phone.
I'm
You don't even
paying
have any.
attention.
You don't even have any headphones
Listen,
on.
First of all, I do have headphones on. They're like little earpieces that you can't see.
So you upgraded. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I upgraded. I'm actually doing two things at once right now, but it's fine. First of all, the jealousy that just came out of your mouth right now for that threesome, you being that one person in there, okay? Yeah, so we're not even going to talk about that. We're going to let that go.
Let me get my power cord real quick, guys. Give me a second.
We're going to let that go for your little jealousy. Second of all, it is always somebody else's fault when they cheat, okay? It is always, okay? I don't care what anybody else says.
I mean, I'll walk it back. I do agree that sometimes you have to ask yourself, did you, not what I did, but did I contribute to the situation where it led to me being cheating? It's not victim blaming.
See?
But sometimes, but there are some times where it is justifiable to ask, what did I do that might have drove this person to do this? You know, all right, not what did I do? Could I have contributed? You know, so I'm not against victim blaming. I'm not for victim blaming. I'm not saying that a cheater is completely wrong. I mean, cheating is wrong, period. But sometimes, in some cases, circumstances lead to that. And I always said that if you're getting to a point where you're in a relationship and that's where you're going logically, you should just end it and avoid the whole cheating. And then this whole conversation would never come up. It wouldn't be you were, playing Candy Crush and ignoring me when I wanted to have sex. So I met with somebody else who was giving me that time with no Candy Crush. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just
instead of playing Candy Crush, they played, what is it? Fruity Loops or whatever the hell it is.
Fruity Loops. Yep. That's the newest thing. Fruity Loops.
So yeah, back to your jealousy, because we're going to talk about that. Okay. We're going to put this on there right now. Okay. You want to keep bringing up this threesome. All right. I'm really sick and tired. Okay. I was just not satisfied. Okay. Heart point. I was not satisfied. Okay. You want to air out dirty laundry? Okay.
Yeah, air it out. Mind you, he said hard. I think Joe froze. Joe?
Yeah, I think Joe's frozen.
Joey. All right. Well, then he's frozen. So we're gonna have to move on without him. Number 2, they get mad at you for snooping. And
yeah, exactly. Listen.
Yep.
I respect people's privacy. Okay. Mm-hmm. If you're going through my stuff to find out information that you should already know, okay, that's your problem.
Yep, Joe's gone.
Yep.
I go back to this. If you're in a point where you have to snoop or follow or LoJack somebody, then Joe.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries. We're the next
technical difficulties. My whole thing.
I'll just go back. I'll back to real quick. Number 2, they get mad at you for snooping. That's what we're talking about right now. Okay.
They get mad at you for snooping.
So I was I was saying.
What do you mean snooping? Like your phone?
No, that's how they got caught. Is because they were snooping through your stuff and found the evidence that you were cheating.
Ooh, I have a story for that one too. Okay.
I blame the issue of privacy. That's what it is.
Right, privacy. But I also said it very clearly that if you're at a point in a relationship with somebody where you have to snoop or LoJack them or follow them or try and catch them in a lie, even if they've done anything or not, the relationship is over. Yep. You shouldn't even have to go that far. The minute that you have doubt or mistrust and you can't go to your partner and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling, or you do go to them and they don't satisfy you with their response, what's the point of snooping? Because either A, you're not going to find what you're looking for, and you're still going to keep searching because it's not going to quell your doubts, or B, you're gonna find what you're looking for,
or you're find what you're looking for, just in a completely different version with your detective board in the background with the lines,
with all the strings and everything.
Mhm.
Joey
So
has
what if, let me ask you guys a question. What if so we're talking, like us three guys are talking about, let's just like, and I guess an example, if the women had looked through our phone, but let's just say, for shits and giggles, let's just say they did, your significant other did look through your phone,
Mhm.
and they happened to did find dirt. And I'm talking about dirt. Who would be justified? What would you do? Like, like how would you handle that if they actually found something that
the
was
dirt is.
I guess another woman flirting with you, saying
let me explain
guilty.
something
I'm
to
guilty.
you. I'm gonna explain something to you, Joey. Okay, I can't control people sending me nudes. Okay, if people want to send me, pictures of their assets, and I didn't even ask for it in the first place, hey, listen here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
How often do men get unsolicited nudes? Let's be reasonable. Come on now. It's so rare that it's almost a myth. So
listen, I got a bunch of them a few years back or I shouldn't say a few years, like, in my younger 20s, for my birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That's unsolicited. Okay.
I guess.
I didn't wake up at 4:00 in the morning to some titties. I mean, what you talk about?
But I mean, to answer your question, Joe, if I was, and boy, is juggling not my thing, but if I was involved and they found something, I just say guilty. What am I gonna, unless it really is innocent and you take it the wrong way, I would just say guilty. I mean, yeah, this is what I'm doing. What do you want to do?
You know what?
You stab me? Like
there's
because at that point, when the evidence is there, I don't really
like what's
know,
the next step at this point?
Right. How, I mean, some people will try, they'll try and spin it and whatever, but once you're caught, that's it. You might as well just say, all right, I'm caught, you got me. If you're sorry, say sorry. If you're not sorry, it didn't, just end it or whatever it is. But that's how I would deal with that. I would literally just be like, you got me, womp womp.
Because I'll give you guys a testimonial of something about that.
We love Joe's testimonials.
My first year. Yeah, my first year. Definitely with my current that happened, and there was dirt on there. There was absolute dirt, and it was a back and forth between me and another woman flirting, and it was dirt. Not even there's no way of hiding it. Like the conversation was like,
so how did you manage to get back from that and lead to an engagement? Because a real
I was just like,
you in your shit and walked off.
Oh, it was more like it was actually kind of
she snooped into your stuff. She went into your phone.
It was more like a looking over the shoulder type thing. But I mean, I don't know what I was.
So you were hold on.
I was just stupid. I was
the
dumb.
Jackass.
Yes.
Talking to another chick.
Yes.
In the
wide open.
Within periph.
Yes.
Within periph. Okay, peripheral vision.
Yes.
Within periph of your woman.
Periph. I like that abbreviation. Periph.
All right, idiot.
No. I fully look. You guys deserve to throw all the names at me right now because that was very stupid. That was very stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just like oblivious, and just didn't care. But that, again, it was the first year, but it's still no excuse. At the same time, I definitely was like, "Look, you got me." Like Jay said, what can I do? There was no way to spin it. Everything was there, out the open. Yeah, literally everything was there. There was nothing I can do.
I got a nice little story about that too. Back a lifetime ago, I was with somebody for a few years, and a friend of hers kept telling her like, "Oh, look through his phone. He's got photos in there. Look through his phone. Look through his phone." And I caught wind of it, and there was a point where I was just like, you know what, fine. So I went on the air, and this is like, let's call it 15 plus years ago, when the internet and Google was still kind of like, in its beginning stages. and cell phones weren't as smart as they are now. So
They were stupid.
yeah, they were still
they were
stupid.
stupid.
But I went in and I Googled a bunch of like naked photos or half naked photos and stuff like that, and transferred them into my phone. And then went into the shower.
I would be real.
Yeah.
That's some shit I would do.
So I went into the shower. Fuck. Sorry. I went into the shower, came out, and my phone was laid out, on face up, and it just turned off. Like it does, the screen turns off on its own.
Right.
And I noticed it, but I pretend like to just wake it off or whatever. And I go to the girl and I'm like, hey, done with the shower, hey. She had this mean look on her face, and I was just like, it already clicked in my head, and I was like, what's going on, babe? What's wrong? Really? You're gonna act like that right now? What are you talking about? No idea. What do you mean? Do I gotta show you?
Damn.
What happened? And she grabs my phone and she shows me. She goes through all the photos, and I'm like, oh, that's what you're mad about? What do you mean? Why are you saying it like it means nothing? Like, what is this? I'm like, oh, that's I don't even know who that is. She's like, what do you mean you don't know who that is? You have these saved in your phone and you don't even know who this belongs to? I'm like, no. I was like, I'll Google it for you. I went to the same websites.
Mm-hmm.
The dumb look on her face. She was like, oh. I'm like, yeah, you want to keep believing what other people tell you? Let's keep this going. I was like, I'll keep doing this every fucking week if it makes you feel better. And
Oh my God.
See, but that's at that point right there. I would have made a statement and I would have been out of the relationship. I'd have been out. That's it.
No, that's right. Well, that's pretty much what I told her after that. I was like, if you're going to continue going, like, we can just end it right here. You can do that to somebody else.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been like, honestly, I would have asked her, like, what am I doing? What have I done to deserve this mistrust? Have I said something? And if you can't tell me what I've done, whether it was my intention or not, I'm out. Like, that's it.
And the crazy thing was, it wasn't even her, it was her friends. She had a couple of friends that I knew from back in the day.
But she let her friends get into her head.
They got into her head.
Right.
Which is exactly what happened.
So in the end, I could tell Joe anything I want about his fiance. All right, anything I want. But it's up to him to believe it and to find some kind of validation in it. You know, if I'm saying, Joe, I'm telling you right now, your fiance smoking crack all day, all the time. You need to go find the pipe, look for that crack. You know what I'm saying?
Find the pipe and look for it.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, Joe is gonna look at me and be like, yeah, whatever, bro. But if he has that doubt and starts looking for the crack, that she has every right to be like, yo, I look like a crackhead to you. What am I doing that shows that I'm smoking crack? What the hell's wrong with you? See what I'm saying? Like, what?
Right.
So words can do them, but when it gets to your head, you have to ask, what did I do to deserve
exactly
this mistrust? You know.
Exactly.
But that's nonsense. Let's move on to number 3. They get super defensive, start pointing out all of your flaws to shift the focus to you and bad things you may have done in the past, even if it's completely irrelevant. So this is probably gaslighting. You know, this is where, so what if I cheated? But you can't cook for shit, you know? Are you what? Yeah, we can't hear you.
Sorry. You ate that last cookie.
Yep.
That I asked you about, and you said no, and I saw the cookie crumbles. I saw how the way it crumbles. I saw all the crumbs on the bed. I know you lied. So what if I cheated? So it's the same thing. I just had some cookie. Yep,
pretty much. It's the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's you get defensive. Oh, you ain't perfect. Okay, and instead of being apologetic, you know, to say, because one of the things I say in this podcast is nobody wants to look like the bad guy. Nobody wants to look like the bad guy. So, you know, oh, you're challenging me, even though I know I did wrong. Well, you ain't perfect. Your shit stinks. You know, you remember that one time you came home late because you said you were working late. Yeah, right. You know,
all you got to do is just shut the fuck up and apologize. Put that ego down.
Yep.
Put it in your back pocket. Shove it up your ass.
Apologize and accept the consequences, whatever they may be.
Yes, exactly.
They may be. It's the funniest thing. But getting super defensive.
I'm not going to relationship jail. Nah, man. I'm a free man. I'm a peacock. I need to fly.
That has happened to me before too, by the way.
What? I bet this entire list has happened to you before because you were a scumbag before you found your Your fiance.
No, and gentlemen and ladies, he's not lying.
Lying.
I was.
Is
Is kind of ish in a way, but it's
Yeah.
fading away slowly but surely.
well,
But he knows.
that's not because
you
of
mean
her. It's because
you
of
mean
age.
it's gone, right? It should be gone.
That's what he meant to say. It's gone.
gone.
I mean, he's committed and it's gone. That's what he meant to say.
Is it gone? Is it really gone?
Is it really?
Is it really? Oh wait! It's the Thor. Remember the Thor meme?
Yeah.
Is it though?
Is it
Is
though?
it really gone?
Is it
Is
though?
it really?
Oh,
So I don't know. I think that has happened to me before though. Where I was the one that found dirt, but then I got the response of, oh, well, you were doing X, Y, and Z. All right, but we're not talking about me. We're talking about you. So let's just take
it's not about
what
me.
we're talking about right now.
Joe said it's not about me, bitch.
About me, you fucking bitch.
Okay. Oh
Not a-
man. All
Um,
right.
we're definitely gonna get banned for all these B
Oh
words,
yeah,
by the
we
way.
are. Yeah, we are. It's terrible. Number 5.
We're
Oh,
for
number
female
4.
dogs.
Sorry, number 4. They say something like, "You don't understand what trauma I've dealt with since my dad died. Meanwhile, the father died 10 years ago." So using past trauma
Ugh.
as an excuse for why you're cheating, and I don't understand that. How does your trauma lead you to getting it in or cheating with somebody else?
How?
You know, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Because
understand that.
you are being shown an enormous amount of love from everybody you tried to smash with in the past, you ever thought about smashing in the present, and you went and took it. Okay, that's just what happens. Okay, people show you love and you just take it in because that's what human beings are all about. Okay, we're all about love. Okay.
Okay. Okay. We're all about love, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, Manny is not living in Florida. He's now in Canada.
Yeah.
He moved last week.
Okay.
Listen, I read a whole bunch of stuff that Nick Cannon wrote, and my life has changed.
Oh God,
Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. What the fuck are you talking about?
The only smart thing that man has said lately was when he kind of exposed the music industry, but that's for another day.
Oh, that's
the only thing that he said that was relevant in the past like 10 years. But other than that,
so
he's
we're gonna move on to number 5. Number 5, it's not what it looks like, or you're taking things out of context.
Ooh,
Now-
is that gaslighting too?
Yes, it is, but sometimes it can be true. You know, if you're close to somebody and you take it out of context, it's possible. But we're gonna go basically strictly based on the hypothesis that you have found real dirt, and then they're trying to tell you it's not what it is, kind of thing. So, and this reminds me of this one case. I'm into true crime, and there was this chick.
You did tell me that.
Yeah, I was trying. And what happened was she had hired she was trying to hire a hitman to kill her husband, maybe for money or whatever it was. And they have her on camera saying, "I'm 1,000% sure that I want him dead." Now, luckily for him, it was an undercover cop, and they recorded him and they showed him the video. And they needed him to fake his death so they could arrest her. And when she's finally arrested and says, "Listen, we know you wanted to try and kill your husband. We know this. We have you on tape." And the guy watches the tape, and she has a nerve to say to him, "I saw what you saw and I heard what you heard, but that's not what it was." And he goes, "What do you mean? You said you're 1,000% sure you want me killed. How is there any other way to take it?" And she says, "I saw what you saw and I heard what you heard, but that's not what happened." This is no joke. And they have her on a recording telling this man that even though he saw her on camera telling the undercover cop, "I want him dead. Here's the money for him dead. This is when he's not going to be home. Make it look like a burglary," kind of thing. This is what she said. She said to him, "I saw what you saw and I heard what you heard, and that's not what happened. That's not what it is." That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. So, yeah,
Wow.
I mean, this is how some people are. Like, baby, you know you look like that. What do you mean? You just said you lick her out from front to back. What does that mean? I was talking about an ice cream cone. Like, how do you look somebody dead in
Listen.
their face when you know you've been caught and say it's not what it looked like? You're taking it out of
Listen.
context. That ain't the same thing. I did say, baby, I would tap that ass tonight. I can't wait to see you. But what I meant to say was, some things you can't you take at face value. You can't, there is no out of context. There is what it is, and there's no way to
Listen.
get around it.
Listen, we need to understand that words are just words. Okay, without the actions that come behind them, okay, they are
I hate
meaningless.
this. I hate this Manny. I hate this particular Manny.
Okay, because
Joe.
listen, okay, listen. Joe, did you see? You ever watch that show You on Netflix?
You're the third person that's mentioned this right now.
I've seen trailers for it, but no, I never really got into it.
This man, okay, has like a extreme stalking issues. Okay, he likes to stalk his prey before he actually goes and does what he does with them. And
does what he does.
Yeah, does what he does. And like he collects trophies, okay? And I'm talking about women's panties. I'm talking about photos. Okay,
I'm
now
talking about Tortellini,
if I get caught with some panties, okay, hey, don't judge me. I'm not, you didn't catch me in the act.
Man, this the tortellini.
Yeah, he did say tortellini. I don't know what he's talking about over there. He's hungry. But if you catch me with some panties, okay? Hey, you didn't catch me in the act, okay? What are you doing looking through my stuff? See, privacy issues, okay? You're taking it out of context. I have no idea. I know whose panties those are, but I've never seen it naked. We never did nothing together. You're taking it out of context. So just have a pair of her panties. Don't ask me questions.
Joe, can you save this part and just like give me something that's not satire or improv?
At its finest.
But this version of the improv was so good.
Was it?
Like he nailed it.
Was it really?
What was it? Was it really?
Was it really?
Yeah, was it really? Was it really? Did it really happen in the way that you're thinking? No.
Are you sure you read what you read? I mean,
no. Okay.
Maybe I was just playing around.
But
when
Jay,
I talk
even
about
though
tapping that ass, I talk about slapping donkeys. Okay,
exactly.
That's what I do around here. Okay. Get your mind out the gutter.
Yo, when you got caught, one of the many times in your life you got caught,
many times,
because Joe can bag him, but he can't juggle him. It's we're talking about a decade ago, not now. I'm still mad that guy, that white dude, got a drink bought for him at the bar. It should have been me. It could have been me.
And he just gave me such like Toucan Sam vibes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't remember him talking to her at all. I just remember all of a sudden I just heard, "Hey, I want to buy him a drink," and I went like this. I turned around like, "What?" Man, we gotta tell you the story of Atlanta. But anyway, actually, we need to tell you guys the story of Atlanta next time on Last of the Nice Guys. So anyway, we're gonna move
on.
Atlanta. Is there anything you wanted to say about number 5? It's not what it looks like, or you're taking this out of context?
Another testimonial from me.
Oh damn.
I mean, no, we just said, a lot of shit has happened in the past decade. Of course not now, but in the past decade that warrants exactly pretty much everything on this list so far is what happened to me or what I witnessed. So this is spot on.
Yeah,
I've definitely have gotten the, you should feel you should feel bad, or you should feel empathy towards me because so and so passed away. Oh yeah, how long ago? It had to be like at least 8 9
even
years
so,
ago.
how did it's like my grandma passed last November, and I'm sorry, in my grieving process, I never once thought about pussy. I never once decided to jump into some strange pussy. Like I don't see that. I don't see that being an excuse. I'm grieving. I've had trauma, so I want to jump into something else. I want to skip out of my relationship. That doesn't make any sense.
It's an excuse. It's a poor excuse to use.
I guess, but it's a really bad excuse, though.
That's like moms. That's like single moms using their kids against the other parent, against dad.
Yeah. That's
we don't want to go there.
Oh no.
Oh no. Shit.
Next
Oh
one.
my
Next one's
god.
number 6. They say you're overreacting.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
So you're overreacting. That's no more gaslighting. We don't need to get back into that again. It's something. They say you're overreacting. Manny, if you're saying something, we can't hear you, which is a blessing.
I find that to be a very sexist statement.
What? You overreacting?
Yeah, that's something a man would always tell a woman, and I'm tired of it.
Me too. Me too.
Tell him. Tell him.
Okay. Hashtag time's up.
Tell him his face.
I'm gonna skip the next one. Next one, number 8. People tend to repeat their lies in a louder voice if it's questioned, as if speaking loudly suddenly makes what you're saying true.
That's basically how
I
they
said
do
I
lie
told
detector
you
tests.
that you did not read what you read and saw what you saw.
That's how they do lie detector tests. You know, the change in pitch and tone in your voice.
The voice,
You know,
yeah,
sweating.
the voice stress test. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Listen, I told you what I told you that you said that I said that you thought that I said that she said that whoever she's talking about, we're talking. You a lying ass bitch. That's what you
Joe.
do. That's
This
what
is
you're doing
giving
right
Joe.
now.
This is giving Joe such PTSD that he's gone black and white.
He's gone black and white.
Let's hear it, Joe. Let's hear it.
You know those movies where they revert back to like the past scenes or the past.
Yeah. They usually have
drama.
the sapphire or the black and white.
So back then, about 10 years ago, when I was in my mix of several or maybe 10 or so women talking to all of them at once. No, that's a lie. I never spoke to at least 10. That would be
No,
that'd be horrible. Actually,
I would be shocked if it was ever 3 at any given time. So
there was 3, 4, the most 4.
I mean, I don't know if I believe
That's
that,
too much personality drama.
That is true. Listen, I'm not saying that I haven't tried, but juggling women is hard. Okay,
It's hard, but it's for me.
hard.
It was. I was very greedy. It was greed for me. Like
Yeah,
I
juggling women is hard, man, because it's pretty much repeating the same conversation three or four different times, but in a different way to match the particular nuances of that conversation, and then trying to keep it all steady. What did I tell her, and what did I tell her, and then trying not to confuse things. Like
you do that now in a regular relationship. It's like, you didn't tell me that. Who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Listen, or especially
you're
if
the only person.
Especially if you have like if you have like baby mothers too. God forbid.
Yeah.
Because sometimes all 3 of us we all have kids, obviously, and sometimes we it goes through our head where we're just like, God damn that bitch, and then you say the name of the person.
Yep.
And then when you're talking to your significant other, and they're like, "Oh, hey, honey, by the way, what is it, Taisha?"
Comes out wrong. You're like,
it just slips out, and it's like,
no. What's a funny one for me is when you're dating someone and you're like, you know what? I can't wait to take you to this place. It's really great. It's a great time. And then she looks at you blank face and says, "But we did go there. We did do that. You don't remember?" And you're like,
"Oh man, look at that halal truck on the corner. Let's just go right there and get
I'm like, "Of course I remember. I was making sure you remembered, babe. Of course we went and did that." So that's a true story. I was talking to this she's lovely, and I like I said, every woman gets the beach date. I love the beach date, for one, because again, it's A, economical, B, it's something I always want to do, and C, it's a good way to see whether or not this girl is worth my time. A little activity, a little dinner, a little bit of drinks, and that's a good thing. It's an interactive date. So I'm out with the girl I'm talking to. I'm just like, man,
maybe a date drug.
I can't wait to take you banana biking. I can't wait to go to the beach. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic. And she goes, "But we already did that. You don't remember that we did that?" And I completely forgot. I don't even have any memory of doing that. And I was like, "Yeah, I remember that. I'm making sure you remember. It was a great time, right?" I don't really think I saved it. I think she God bless her soul, she let it go, because clearly I didn't remember taking her on the beach.
Did she let it go though?
Yeah.
Did she really
let it go? Never brought it up again. So
we're gonna move on. I dated somebody who used to always prank me with shit like that.
What do you mean?
I'd be like, "Oh yeah, hey, oh, did you ever ate at this restaurant before? Blah blah blah. Yeah, we went there like 3 months ago. What? Are you sure? Wait.
What?
And it had me like double, triple thinking like,
Oh no, I
shit.
see that's a test.
And she's
testing
like,
your ass. I don't
she's
like
like,
that
nah, I'm just fucking with you. I know we should go there. I was thinking about that last week, and I'm like, that wasn't funny. That wasn't. I just don't want to choke.
Number
your ass,
9.
bitch.
They deny it, gaslight, or in short, continue to try and save their own ass as they see fit. I know people that absolutely cannot accept the blame. How do you deal with people like that? So let's do that. How do you deal with people who can't accept the blame?
You leave them.
True. That's it.
Move on. That's it.
Yeah.
You move on. I mean, there's no point. I mean, when you're cohabitating, you have kids, you're married, you're engaged, it's harder, Joe. And it's harder to say that, but in reality, it's true. They can't accept the blame, and it's clearly their fault, and they're gonna gaslight you. Why argue? Why even entertain the discussion? Just be like, you're wrong, and deuces. So, guys, you want to say anything else while we keep moving on?
Yeah, the only
pretty much leave them.
Yeah, speaking from experience on that, the issue with that for me is just that as long as it's understood already, because what I've dealt with is it's like kind of the opposite of that. It's like, my dirt was brought up, and apologies occurred, everything happened, whatever, and then it was just constantly thrown back in my face over and over and over. And at that point, it's just like, now the gaslighting starts. Now the shit talk starts. Now it's just like, now I don't fucking care, because your unwillingness to let it go,
right,
is causing me to continue, gaslighting, because it doesn't make any sense. So yeah,
right.
We're gonna go around and gaslight and lie and
no, but that's the point though.
else.
But we do discuss it. If somebody does wrong to you, okay, and you choose to forgive them or stick around with them, then you actually have to
keep
follow
going with
through.
it.
You have to follow through with that. You need to let it go, and that's it. You chose to forgive them. You chose to keep them around. You got to take it for what it is. Yeah, it informs you. Sure, there are signs, but to bring it back up or to be extra, no. Then why are you there?
Right.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That what you just described is a definition of insanity. Because then why are you with me if you believe cheaters are always going to cheat, or liars are always going to lie, or I'm going to do it again? Then you didn't accept my apology. Then walk away. That's just that. Walk away. Number 10. The worst that can happen. Exactly. Number 10. I'm just getting my wild days out. Didn't mean to meet my future spouse so early.
What?
Yeah.
I hope this is some. Wait. I hope that was said in the beginning, like the first year or first 3 months.
This is probably in a committed relationship. Somebody that you see a future with, but you're still hoeing around because you weren't ready for a committed relationship. And if that's the fact, you should be real about it. I'm not ready. Let the person fly and hope you guys meet up again. That's it. Listen, you're great. I could see me and you forever, but I'm not ready for forever. Take care. And I really, really hope that our paths cross again. That's the mature way to do it. I'll be real with you, because it's true. Some people will meet the right person for them, but they're not ready for it yet. And that's okay. Just be real about it. Oh my God, you were great. You would make a fantastic wife, a fantastic husband, but I'm not ready for that. I still want to live my life. I still want to travel. I'm not ready to settle down yet. That's okay.
Yep.
I mean, I'm being real with you. That is okay.
I think that's great, but not in a 5-year relationship.
No, well,
no, definitely not. You don't go 5 years and then be like, "Hey, I was never ready for this."
Yeah, but I think
but you know what?
Travel the world.
That's still better than cheating and then finding out. If you get into a lot of people say this, I'm just getting my groove on, that I fall ass backwards into a relationship, and I'm feeling it. And oh my God, I was never looking for a relationship, but here you are, and we get together and blah blah blah. There's nothing wrong with falling ass backwards into a relationship, really feeling for it, but realizing this is not what you want right now. I don't care if it's 5 minutes or 5 years. I would rather, and it is more mature to say, you know what? I really wasn't ready for this. I'm sorry if I hurt you. but I'd rather, but I want to go back out there and get my thought life on. Then you be with the person, know they're the right person, and get your thought life on in the back of their mind. I'm sorry, in the back, behind their back. What's the lesser of two evils, gentlemen? Breaking them up and saying, listen, I wasn't ready for this. I'm sorry, or stepping out behind their back until you've sold your royal oats and you're ready to finally commit. You know what I'm saying?
The lesser of two evils would be the previous one.
Yeah, the former.
The first one. But the thing is, if you fall into the latter, then you get into that whole what do they call it?
Correct.
An entanglement. No, you get into an entanglement.
Yes.
And then that always, starts something else with somebody else, or that other person.
Entanglement.
And those normally don't like end up being anything positive, or they like nothing good comes out of that, because again, unless it's a child, of course, because children are blessings and we love children. But but some of those relationships, you're going behind somebody's back, you get entangled with somebody else and you get them pregnant. Now what are you gonna do? Now you've got even more stress in your life because you're an idiot. Like, just hey, listen, I wasn't ready for this. I wanted the whole around. I did it, and then I screwed myself. Sorry.
You're a fucking idiot.
Sorry.
Number 11. Start to overdo it with the excuses department. Like, if you want to lie, keep it simple and base it as much as possible in the truth, i.e., I guess, making every excuse in the book. Maybe the girl came over, she started kissing me. Somehow I slipped and my pants came off. I fell down. She slipped and fell on top of me. It slipped in, and we were trying to get off of each other, but it was just slipping in and out and in and out and in and out, and it just felt so
pretty much lie with finesse.
It says no. If you're gonna make excuses, if you're gonna make excuses, ground the excuses in truth. Don't lie about it. So you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, is that's you're gonna lie, but if you're gonna but why lie? Make your have your excuses, but have it based in fact. I stepped out of a relationship because you were never home. It's an excuse. It's a poor excuse, but it's an excuse and it's based in fact. Not to say, that's what I think they're trying to say, is that if you're going to make excuses, make the excuses based on fact. Make it be real world. It can be as superficial and stupid as it is, but to lie about it what's the point? Give your stupid ass excuse, but grounded in reality, grounded in truth, or at least in your truth. That's what I think it's trying to say. No, because if you have an excuse and it's based on fact, that's not work. That's just you pulling out shit out of thin air, which is fact. Lying, coming in with ridiculous bald-faced lies, that's more work. So,
sorry.
Awesome.
Sorry. Yeah, the whole thing, lying and just
he's wearing a jersey, so you know what it is.
Sorry. The whole thing with lying and just like I said in another episode, when you lie, you're giving birth to a baby. You have to nurture that baby. You have to watch that baby grow. You have to keep that baby alive. And it matures as the years go by.
As you mature, we mature together.
You can't forget about the baby, because then you become one of those absent parents.
I think this analogy is right. I mean, you
just went left.
You should have just said water.
It hasn't run its course. It's a great analogy.
Okay, no, it's a
great analogy. It's a beautiful analogy.
The last two are fairly standard. Number 12, tell you they're going to be honest with you and they're not. And 13 is they blame you, saying, why are you stalking my social media, you creeper? So it's kind of the same thing they've already brought up. To be honest, be honest, if they're going to be honest with you and they're not, whether they actually are lying to you or not, if you feel like they're not being honest, again, it's time to leave the relationship. What are you holding on to? No matter what it is, what are you holding on to? I just don't.
If you're listening and you're the one that did the dirt and got caught, I hope that, unlike me, well, I did tell the truth. I basically got caught
after you're pushed in the corner and you had the fight or flight mentality.
Well, for this particular one, I told the truth, but for past,
right?
I did what I guess that point that we read before prior to this one, where it was like I made an excuse, But it actually turned out to be okay because the excuse worked. I'm not even mad at it. I mean, it happened again like almost 10 years ago, but still,
Yeah, no, I believe
sometimes
it.
excuses work, and people tend to believe things that
No, of
they're not
course, I
supposed to
believe it all.
believe.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is
Or they
true.
believe things that they completely make up on their own.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, that is
They
true too.
Exactly.
create a web of stories out of one negative detail, and you're just, well, that's why you didn't want to go out that one night, and you blamed your stomach, even
Yeah.
though you were in the bathroom for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
What were you really doing in there?
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I went to CVS to get a bunch of stuff for you, and you didn't even, you didn't even acknowledge what's on the table that I got for you. Come on, look at all this stuff. Who cares if I left
What
40
were you
minutes ago,
doing?
an hour ago?
Oh yeah,
talking
you're
to?
right. Yeah, well, again, when you get to that point in a relationship, why are you even in it? It's like you want to be in something toxic, whether you're the toxic one or they're the toxic one. Why would you want? I mean, you can give people
Yeah.
chances, and we had this whole second chance bullshit. You can do it, second, third, fourth chances,
You
but
don't want to make excuses. Like it's just, it's stupid. You
If
don't want
you're
to make
in the
excuses.
point,
And
if
then,
you're
of
in a
course-
relationship where everything you do makes you the bad guy or you're guilty of everything, you
Mhm.
might as well just walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to be. I mean, maybe you are lying and you're lying about something else completely different.
Yeah.
But the matter of the fact is, if you
The
are
matter of the
being
fact.
accused and guilty of everything, just walk away. It's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Why lie?
Just
Why
walk away.
continue to
Man,
make it around?
you just said something that made me think about like 20, I think it was like 20, was it 2015? Yeah, 2015 stuff, man. Because that was really quick, because I know we're about to close
Yeah,
this
yeah,
out
we have to
because
wrap it up.
we're into
Yeah.
the list. But 2015, there was an incident where I was like dating somebody that lived in like Bayshore, Long Island, and it was like 40 minutes away drive. But I did it every weekend, drove out there, whatever. Stayed there, but
Ain't
I
nothing with a
remember
chicken, man.
ain't no thing with a chicken wing. And then my license plate in the back of my car was bent because I live in Brooklyn, New York. Obviously, people are going to bump your car constantly. I didn't have the bumper thing where it protects your back because I was too poor back then. But my license plate was like bent kind of ish like dented in. I remember pulling up. I think it was like on a Sunday. No, Sunday. I was getting ready to head back down to Brooklyn to drive back down, and I remember getting blamed. Asked a bunch of questions as to why the license plate was bent or dented, basically thinking that like another female did this somehow, some way. Forget like cars parking
So
and hitting
no,
it.
so not
Forget,
writing,
like,
so not writing anything in
nothing.
your car, not keying
Not
your
even
car,
like no
but
key,
because
nothing.
your license plate is bent.
But
It's
was-
from who? It's who are you fucking, Joe? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll never forget that.
That's ridiculous.
I'll never forget that.
Tell me, and how long were you with this individual after that?
Oh no, it was like a month. That's it. Like I
Yeah.
said, that was a month because I mean, there was certain things that were good, but that was it.
See,
Like,
in this situation, I look at the woman and be like, who have you dealt with? What kind of men have you dealt with?
I said that. I was like,
that this is where you're going with this. Like, really?
what kind of drama have you been through?
I have a similar story. And we got to close out. Anyways,
We do.
Really quick. So I was dating a girl, whatever, and I had just started working for DirecTV as a installer, field technician. And they wouldn't give me my own truck at the time because of my driving record, which was piss poor at the time. I don't like red lights.
Damn.
But
yeah,
I got picked up.
Yeah, but the red light cameras are like fairly new, so you were getting pulled over by
So
cops.
this is way before they were even a thing. But
so then you were getting pulled over by cops,
right?
Okay.
But we're not gonna go there because those were traumatic times.
Okay. Whoop, whoop.
So
That's the police.
Oh shit.
So
The guy who was training me, who went around with me for the first few weeks, started picking me up in the work truck, and he says, "Hey, instead of you wasting your own gas and spending money on gas, I'll pick you up in the work truck because they pay the gas. So much easier." I'm like, cool, perfect, whatever. So I left my car at the house, picked me up, and we started driving around. This girl calls me, talks about how she got a brand new car. She's so excited, this and that, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for you, this and that. She's like, oh, what are you doing now? So we're doing an install in wherever the hell, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, it's great. This and that. How's it going? Everything's great. Yada, yada, yada. Conversation was going good. And then all of a sudden went south. You motherfucker. And I'm like, what? she's like, don't play dumb with me right now. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you look out your window? And my dumb ass, I'm in the truck.
He's looking out the truck window.
What? She's like, I'm in front of your house right now. Whose car is that next to your car? At the time, I was living with a stepbrother of mine, so it was his car. I was like, what is it, a Ford Taurus? It's my stepbrother. He's probably home. What? You're at my house right now? How the hell did you get?
What are you doing in my house?
What are you doing in my house? Like, what? I came over here. I came over here to show you my new car, this and that, whatever. I was like, but I was at work. So why would you come here? Why would you go to the house? She's like, because I knew you were lying and this and that, whatever, blah. And I found you. And she's not, you hear her in the phone banging on my door.
Jesus.
And I'm like, I am not there. Open the fucking door. Oh. You fucking liar. Blah, 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 blah. Like and then the guy who's training me, he's next to me. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I hold on. I'm like, yo, listen, like, I'm not there. You're gonna wake my stepbrother. I don't give a fuck. Why wake everybody up?
Oh my God.
He opens the door and he's like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, who the fuck is this guy? I said,
I hope he decked her right in her mouth.
I said, like I said, that's my stepbrother. Why are you at the house? And she's like, you're cheating on me with a dude? And I was like,
oh my God.
I was like, yeah, do me a favor. He's a white guy. You might want to leave, like just go. Just get it. I'm like, you can stay. It just might not work out for your benefit. Just stop. Yeah, needless to say, it didn't go any further than that.
God
that is some crazy shit.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff.
That's some crazy. And on that note, we're gonna.
When I got home, it was a funny story.
It sounds like a funny story now. And with that note, we're gonna wrap it up. But if you want to continue this fun times, then follow us on the next podcast, Keep It the Geek Bros, episode 140, where these same three faces will change our names and talk pure geek culture. On today's topic, Keeping the Geek Bros, episode 140, we've got Masters of the Universe, Revelation Part 2.
You doing that all right now?
Yes, Jim Carrey rumored to be casted on MODOK for a future MCU movie. The Book of Boba Fett official trailer review. Lightyear official teaser trailer review. Facebook is rebranding itself as Meta. The Witcher Season 2 official trailer review. And Star Wars Visions episode 4 review. So if you want to continue this good old time with these three faces, check us out on Keeping the Geek Bros podcast. It's fantastic. And with that being said, I'm Jason.
I'm Joe.
And I'm Manny. Go Giants.
And thank you for your time.
Go Giants.
The last of the nice guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.